Today in this video, I will show you my time-tested approach on how to complete your design on time every time. I promise this workflow is very easy to follow, but the point that I'm going to share with you all work with one another. So do watch this complete video. Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Daryl and this is Gobeyondesign, the only place where you learn all the agency level concepts, workflows and design secrets that no one is telling you about. Just to give you a small insight on who I am, I have been teaching and doing graphic design for over a decade now. I'm currently heading the visual communications division in a leading real estate firm. If you're here for the first time, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you get notified on every new video that I take out. Now, getting designs done on time will not only make your boss happy, but will also let you go home on time every day. It is clearly a win-win for everyone. Yet so many of us struggle with project completion on a daily basis. In my early days when I worked as a graphic designer in a small ad agency, I used to really struggle a lot. I can clearly remember in my early days, I used to struggle with completing my designs on time. I used to wait late nights just for me to be able to complete those projects and head home. Now, I don't want you to face the same circumstances. So I'm come up with a very easy workflow that has worked for me for ages. And this is something which my subordinates also follow at my workplace, and each one of them is able to complete their work on time. I'm going to show you exactly how this is done today. The first and foremost thing is to get a proper client brief. It is important to get a brief from the stakeholders on the goals, the timelines, the collaterals, the framework within which we need to design our artwork or collaterals. I know it was difficult for me to get a proper client brief in the early days of my design career. I was hesitant at some times. I was improperly briefed at some times. But whatever the case be, I did not get the proper client brief, and that is the primary reason I had so many iterations in my work. So it is very important for you to get the exact detailed client brief every time before you start your project. It will help you save loads and loads of time. Refer to your library for resources. I use Pinterest to keep a collection of the things I like for each collateral type, be it flyers, WhatsApp, posts, Google Ads, mailers. I keep adding on to this collection of mine on a regular basis. This not only helps me to get my work done on time, but it also saves me a lot of effort that I have to search. Get a mood board approved from the stakeholder. Make 3 mood boards with radically different design direction. Showcase fonts, colors, images, elements, and general design direction on each of them. Now, this will not only help the stakeholders to foresee what to expect, it will also help avoid rework from the very starting for you. Put it out on a sheet of paper. There may be lots of ideas in your head, but they may get away while you're at designing. So before they get away, put those ideas down from your head on a sheet of paper. Now you may be researching and there may be several design directions that you have thought of, several references that you've gone through, and you might have several brilliant ideas for your next design. But before you get down working on them, put them out on this sheet of paper, otherwise they will get away. You will have nothing, and that's happened with me several times. Please comment and tell me how many times has it happened with you. I would like to hear. Get the creative structure ready first. Lay the foundations down for the design by placing the heading, the content, points, images, the elements in their respective places. Then go ahead refining, designing, finding the right images, the right elements, the proper colors to complete your design. Don't do it the other way around. Now, this is something that I have been guilty of it many times myself. I've been trying to work on one specific portion of the creative, say an image, finding the right image for 11 hours, or that proper color scheme for hours, and at the end of the day not being able to complete the design on time. So please don't do that. Please complete the entire structure of the design and then go ahead, work on the specific portions of the creative, so that you will have not only a complete creative, but also at any point of time, anybody who wants to see your work, they will see progress. Don't try new tricks when running against time. Now avoid experimentation with new design techniques, new design ideas. Go for proven things. Try to only add learnings to your arsenal at your downtime. Now I have seen so many of my students and subordinates do this very thing, trying to experiment with new ideas, new design techniques, finding new things when this design has to be submitted at the 11th hour. Please don't do this. You can go ahead and learn new design techniques. You can learn new ways or shorter ways of doing things, far less labor intensive things of doing things at your downtime. This is not the time when you have to submit your design. Now I would like to know how many of you guys are guilty of this very same thing. Have you tried to find newer ways of doing things when you were doing the project, or a fancy way of completing your work much quicker than you usually do at the time of doing the project? Please let me know in your comments. I would like to know. Move ahead, work around problems, don't get stuck. Find an alternative if the usual things don't work. You'll have plenty of time later to figure out what's happened wrong, why things aren't working like they're supposed to. Use another way out, even if it is longer, more labor intensive than your usual workflow. In the earlier part of my design career, I used to ponder for hours on why isn't this specific tool functioning the way it's supposed to, why isn't this shortcut working like it's supposed to, whatever the case, with nothing to show my boss at the end of the day, delaying my entire project. Can you imagine that? I was definitely guilty of this. I'm not sure if you guys do the same thing or not, but this is something that I wanted to put out there so that you don't do the same design mistakes. Think of it like that, For example, you go to an exam, there would be 10 different questions you have to answer. There may be a few things that you don't know, or you may know but you're not able to remember it at that point of time. Now what do? You would go ahead and complete the entire project and come back to those questions so that you're able to make the most of out of your time and be able to submit the maximum amount of project. Similarly, we complete most of our design, and then whenever we get stuck, we come back for the design things that we got stuck on initially. And that is exactly what we're trying to do here. We are not getting stuck on specific projects, selections. We're not getting stuck on specific things that they are not working out right now. We're just trying to complete the entire project so that the maximum work is done. And if you do get stuck on a few things, we will be able to, of course, with the help of your superiors or your fellows, you will be able to revisit them, complete them after the major chunk is done. So this is my last advice to you. Did you like this video? If yes, please hit the like button. Please share it with your friends who you think will be able to make the most out of it. Also, subscribe to this channel so that you get notified on the very next video that I take out.